Les Bundy Davidson makes a tackle that in today's game would see him earn a lengthy suspension. But in 1989, it's play on. This is the Rabbitohs v Roosters, round 16 clash, at the Sydney Football Stadium. Tugger Coleman into dummy half. He gets it out to Phil Blake. Quick hands to Jim Sedaris, who throws a cutout ball to me, your caller, Steve Mavin from Rabbitohs TV. Now the reason I'm calling these game highlights, shot from the grandstand with no sound, is to enhance the footage and make it more interesting for you, the viewer. Our team won 18 games during this season, and a lot of that success was built on our defence. Here's an example. Mark Ellison kicks long, but as soon as the ball is fielded by the number 14 Rocket Rod Silver, he's pounced on by Graham Chunky Lyons, 12 metres out from his own line. We'd kick, chase, win the battle for field position, then get the ball to this man, Phil Blake, who more often than not would beat the first offender. What a player. Our Roosters tap move here, and it all looks great till the ball goes to ground and Graham Chunky Lyons turns defence into attack. So I jump into dummy half and pass the ball to Tugger. He gets the ball to David Boyle, who beats a tackle and finds Mark Ellison, who gets a lovely offload to Phil Blake, and he's away, looks to his left and finds a flying Paul Roberts, who streaks away to score a great try, untouched. It's 8-0 to the Bunnies, but Ello misses that kick. Striking in the play the ball was abolished years ago, but David Smith does it here to score the try and put the Roosters right back in the game. Joe Lydon converts. South 8, Roosters 6. Laurie Spooner scoots out from dummy half. Little chip over the top, but he's taken out by Mark Blockhead Lyons. And it's a penalty to the Roosters, right in front of the posts. So Joe Lydon steps up, knocks it over, and it's 8-all. A little blindside move here. Decoy runners to the open, back to the blind, and Les Bundy Davidson hits the line hard. Chunky Lyons into dummy half, gets it out to Tugger, and he finds Hooky Boyle, who crashes into the defence. But Salvo doesn't clear the ruck and gives away a penalty. Big Salvo walks off, and Mark, the Rhino Ellison, the old toe basher, knocks it over to put the Bunnies back in front, 10-8. Now watch this next play. South lock Michael Andrews makes a tackle on his opposite number, Mike McLean. Boom, catches him high, and Mike's down. Can't get to his feet, so he just rolls the ball between his legs and gives a penalty away for not getting to his feet to play the ball. Michael Andrews got away with one there. These days, Mick Andrews, also known as Eddie Munster, might have found himself in the sin bin for that, on report and facing a suspension for a careless high tackle. But we've got the ball, and poor old Mike's still on the ground receiving attention. So from the ensuing set, I take a settler, bump one off, and attract a couple of defenders. Tugger Coleman gets into dummy half, and we're going left. He finds Bundy Davidson, who puts Jimmy Sedaris through a beautiful hole and boxes Sedaris away. He's tackled now by the Roosters. Cuz Roberts gets into dummy half, picks up Tugger again, who finds Bundy Davidson, who beats one, beats two, beats a third. It takes a fourth defender to get him down, and what that means is there's space out to the right. Tugger's on the ball again, and he finds, you guessed it, Phil Blake, who steps off the right again, comes to the fullback, steps off the right again, and scores a magic try. And the Bunnies have got the Roosters, also known as the Evil Empire, shot to bits. And that was just one of the 138 tries that superstar Phil Blake scored in first grade, 37 of which were for the Bunnies. Mark Ellison makes no mistake, and Souths lead Easts, 16 points to 8. And that's half time. Les Davidson rips the ball out and gives a penalty away in midfield. And there's a bloke standing in the way, but Joe Lydon makes no mistake and makes it 16-10 early in the second half. We see another penalty here. Blockhead Lyons doesn't clear the ruck, and Joe Lydon, from a fair way out, makes no mistake. And the score now, 16 points to 12 in favour of the Rabbitohs. And the tricoloured flags fly high because it's only one try the difference. And there's a couple of young Bunny supporters there as well. English speedster Martin Chariots of Fire runs behind his own man,
and gives away a penalty for a shepherd. It's almost right in front, and Ello makes no mistake and puts the lead out to a converted try. 18 points to 12.
Now have a look at this try. Tugger gets the ball out to Jimmy Sidaris. He spins in the tackle and pops it back to Tugger. Then he just lobs it back to Bronco Tajura, who slices through, and he's away. He picks up Mark Ellison from the Top 4 podcast, and no surprise to see who this is. Yes, it's Phil Blake again, and he's away and scores underneath the posts. The Manly Whiz Kid, the chip and chase champion. And if you make a break, the guy you want to see looming up is this man, Phil Blake, champion of rugby league.
So that makes it 22 to 12, and this kick makes it 24 points to 12. Here's Tony Rampling on the burst, goes through the gap, turtles away. But look who's in support here on the left. It's Darren Brown from Rabbitohs TV. And also Bruce Longbottom into second marker. So the Roosters are on the attack, and Mark Lyons holds the player down in the tackle, and they get a penalty. They take the quick tap, and they send it wide. Watch this tackle from Darren Brown. He hits the bloke from behind. The ball goes to the ground, but he pushes the man over, picks it up, flicks it to me, and I'm away up the sideline. With no one in front of me, so I just dive into the corner for a try that would probably get called back if there was a video ref. But there wasn't. So it stood, thanks to my good mate Darren Brown from Rabbitohs TV, and that's us there on the big screen. Ello kicks the goal to make it 30 points to 12. A big victory over the Roosters at the football stadium in 1989. I'm Steve Mavin. Thanks for joining us, and make sure you subscribe to Rabbitohs TV.